Oh boy.
He has returned from the holy pilgrimage. Nah, fuck that.
And silence forever reigned the world, as no characters were allowed to speak.
Right on.
Ah.
Even God was
Right
silent
here.
at the time. Working in the garden. Yeah, wherever. We cut to black. That was a fun time with Free Rabbit, can't we all agree?
So is Azur meeting Torben and Val after the circus came into town, or like this is after
Vall.
you guys fled the
Vall
circus
for
and
sure.
came back to?
Yeah,
All
'cause
right.
can't really do first meeting stuff that well because Val and Torben arrive
Yeah.
with Raiko.
So I'm not sure about for Vall, but if we want to do like Azure with the other two scenes, the place where like I think the scenes for Torben would be the most interesting would either be in the tavern, or where he would obviously sometimes be, or when Torben came like to visit the house of the wizard to learn about his story. So maybe draw Azure out to make her not let her be just all alone in her house, in her room the entire time. Not sure about Val.
So Azur has been hanging out a lot with Wash now, the other wizard in the city. So maybe you would end up meeting her at Wash's place at the edge of town.
That seems like a pretty likely avenue for Val. I don't know about Torben.
I mean, does Torben ever go hunting or fishing with you?
Oh yeah. With Val.
There you go.
Not sure if you that's Val, the one company when he like, goes on this.
It probably wouldn't occur to him to ask for anyone to go with him.
Torben would ask. Torben would ask if he would come out. I can imagine like the first thing is you always need a hunting buddy. That's probably a rule in Icewind Dale, right? You don't go out there alone.
Yeah.
Well, the first few months, the Rangers are just going to let Val like leave on his own. You know, it's like a training / buddy system. Unless Val immediately proves to them that he is capable of handling himself without any sort of guidance.
I feel like just based on 15 years of living outside of civilization on his own, he pretty much would.
Probably would find it offensive. Like, I don't. When they come to him, like, I don't think you're like you can do this.
And it's totally them not trying to be offensive. It's just their like little village charm. Like everyone looks out for each other.
Oh yeah. Like
You could get your horn stuck in the branches. What are you talking about? No, it's just like we're afraid you might trip and face your horn
To a tree and not get up. What are you talking about? This has never happened. Like super cute racism. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
You said bell peppers and beef.
His name's Asimov Solensen. Are you listening to me?
There's no beef in here. So you wouldn't really call it bell peppers and beef, now would you?
Yes, I would.
Well, it's not.
It is when you're broke.
Yeah, as far as the tavern goes, I think Vol would enjoy watching Torben's performances. He's, what's the word I'm looking for? He enjoys like tales of high adventure and legendary heroes and shit, because his mother was an adventurer in her youth, and kind of instilled that spirit in him.
So out of the two scenarios, which ones do you guys jive the most with?
Yeah. I just want to full disclosure. I'm not actually going to sing in chat. I will jack up my throat if I do.
Oh well, that kind of.
I don't think anyone was expecting you
walkout.
to. Don't be mean.
I think
I
Taylor,
think,
just make a
I think we'll just be at Wash's place then, since Silver doesn't feel like singing, and it'd be a little inappropriate to have him at the.
If I have to actually sing, I will change my background. Right.
to step dancer.
Okay.
What's cooking?
Special bell peppers and beef.
I think farm. Yeah, but I like the farm. It's a good location, and also it has the added bonus of I'm working, and I don't want to have to voice any NPCs you guys might meet at the tavern. So.
Hey everybody, give me your.
And it's like the one day a year that the druid stops into the tavern for her yearly drink of beer.
I feel like Atticus would not intentionally end up at the tavern. He would just kind of like wander into it thinking it was his own house.
Oh, hey, Dad, you came seem to come see me perform? Oh,
What?
no, sorry. I gotta get home. Oh.
I got it.
He definitely
real quick.
definitely does the Abe Simpson at the Burlesque House gif. Just walks in,
Yeah.
sees Azure on stage, walks out.
Oh.
And he doesn't even have any idea why that might make her sad. He's just like, oh, this isn't my house.
He's a good dad, I swear.
he like comes
But, I
in,
mean, if you're
immediately
totally
casts disguise
against that,
self on himself. I'm just someone else.
If you're totally against that, Bucko, we could do the tavern. It seems like you don't really.
I mean, well, Red Lad, if you don't want to voice NPCs, I mean, I'm not gonna like, we're not gonna, I think, ask a lot of NPC questions. That's not the point of this. At most, I'm gonna say something like, "Hey, what were the characters? They say, get us a beer." Oh, thank you.
An intruder is detected.
Don't know if intruder is the right word.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with either of the situations, as long as yeah, practicing spells, mainly her cantrips at the moment. I mean, I'm mainly like practicing shock and grasp attack. Just different ways to go about, like, you know, reaching around people's guards and such.
I think I got a good idea for a scene there.
What do
I
you
got a
say,
good idea
Bodo?
for a start. Azura is training her thing, her spell attack, and Torben could maybe see that from somewhere out of her line of sight, that she's so concentrated, and via illusion, I have silent image, I think, yes, could conjure an image of an enemy in her line, like like a shielded like soldier without like any, like a mannequin more. Let's not make it very human. That's maybe a bit mean. But like a mannequin holding a shield in front of him and slightly moving, like he's trying to defend himself.
I did say that someone intruded.
Hey,
I mean, not to say you're an intruder, Val, but it's what I.
Yeah.
yeah. No, I'm home from the gym and I hate myself because fuck card.
Your pain
I
has
got
been
it.
forever.
You should have ran when you had the
Transcribed.
chance. Yeah.
Um. Oh, we're doing the meeting now. All right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Если знаешь, откуда и куда ты едешь, я
Um,
считаю, что это не настоящее путешествие.
So, you got a
It's a-
comment before I start?
Настоящее путешествие. Когда ты давно забыл, откуда едешь. Ты без понятия, где закончится
Server?
твой путь.
Sorry?
Well, I was just gonna ask about a detail. Is this, have they seen me cast magic that often, or is it just kind of one of those rumor things?
Пластилиновый бег.
Okay. No. But yeah. So you've probably maybe have seen her once or twice use like thaumaturgy to open a door when she was carrying something in her hands, but nothing like combative, I guess.
All right. Yeah. Then let's step right into it. I think Val can join whenever he feels like a good spot. And I think as one word, Azure. Yes, that's the real name. Gotta get the names right. Azure is in her in her attacks from out of your line of sight and out of earshot. Right now you hear the voice of Torben come to you. Well, it's much easier on a still standing target.
Uh-huh. She'll turn around looking for the source of the voice.
But, hi, I was just with Val a little while ago, and he's looking around. We were going fishing, but I saw you over there. That's not much good training, just I can tell you that.
Well, it's all I really have. She's just like, she has her hands together and you can still see the crackling of the energy between them as she's just trying to stop it.
Oh, no need. You can continue, but let's make this a bit more interesting. Back where I come from, we learned how to fire an arrow first by targeting rabbit, and he snaps with a finger once, and it is a bit of an echo as it's reflected by the trees, but a bit stronger than one would anticipate. And out of illusory small as a bit of a few waves of grass fly up, a rabbit starts hopping around slightly in front of the scarecrow, just like hobbling in a small circle. It is wildly colored. This is not a normal rabbit.
Okay. She'll attempt to reach down and shock at it with her electrical hands. I don't have control of my sheet at this time if you wanted me to roll.
Oh, you can decide however you want this to progress. We're all in control of our own destiny.
Yeah. So she'll just try reaching for the bunny to shock it. I assume it runs away from her touch as she tries
zigzag.
Yeah. She definitely is trying to keep up with it with her hand, but she definitely doesn't have a lot of experience in leading her attacks.
Yeah, I think this can continue on for a bit with you shooting and maybe failing and sometimes hitting it. Obviously never killing the rabbit, but the rabbit comes in and out again, dancing in and out of distance, getting closer, like taunting her almost. If anybody were watching at home is probably holding back laughter, as this is it's just making the rabbit move in wild motions. Somebody else, yeah.
You little furry. And she just
with
starts.
the next, yeah.
Blast. She starts, instead of just trying to grasp it, she just points her finger at it, and rays of icy cold start blasting across the ground. She's obviously not as practiced with this spell as the other one.
Was that you? I looked, point at the octopus.
No. Oh,
Not one of
Francis?
yours.
No, he's Wash's pet, I believe. I mean,
An octopus just in the bushes.
I don't know. Is that not normal for them?
I have not seen octopus in a long. You know what? Maybe here they are.
I mean, I only learned about what he was the day I met him. Still don't understand everything about it.
Yeah, it seems very impossible to understand a lot. Why would they even look like that? Why so many arms?
I don't know.
They seem to be
Perhaps-
missing a minotaur somewhere. Where is he gonna? Maybe he did get caught in the tree.
I was just about to say, I guess we picked the same point to jump in, but
Perfect.
at some point during the discussion on biology, you'd hear a bit of low whistling and pretty hefty footsteps coming up the path. And then, like, a knock on the gate. Ahoy, Wash. You about today? And not immediately hearing an answer, Vol just starts tromping up the path towards the cottage.
First an octopus, then a minotaur. What a land is it? I like smile devilishly at.
The bunny's still running around, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
so-
running up to Azura, taunting her more and more.
You see her start to get a little bit more and more frustrated as the whole situation is still eluding her as she fires more rays of frost at it.
And I think one of them strikes it, and then the bunny kind of explodes in like little celebratory fireworks. And with that, like a wind of air, a bit of a whiff of wind strikes, flies out, and like Torben almost like looks like he catches it, and whoa, got it in the end.
It took a couple of tries. A lot.
Well, we never stop.
Fair
Never
point.
stop doing more.
Vol
Well, where
has
did you
kinda
hang
just
around?
stopped at a distance and is observing. He's a very curious sight, and he's kind of got his head tilted to one side like a dog might, just watching the two of you, not really understanding what you were just doing. He's got like several large fish on a line strung over his shoulder, and he finally just says, "You know, Torben, your rabbit still doesn't move like a real one."
It didn't need to. It only needed to make a good target.
He just
I can make
considers-
whatever move that you want. Yeah. And with minor illusion, he summons another smaller rabbit in his hand. But this one doesn't move as much, and it disappears again. But at least they look pretty good.
Very colorful too.
You trade me some cheese for this fish right now, goddammit. Tina, you fat lard, come get some. He definitely looks forward to visiting Tina, not gonna lie. Like, he's never seen a goat near the size of Tina. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought like because Moto's character got banished from the circus and he's on his way to Waterdeep. So I was thinking that me and Tony bumped into him because he had to leave Galena or whatever, and so I guess it's the three of us are coming on maybe
From the north.
on the road, or maybe not directly on the road, but maybe we're in the woods, but not too far off the road.
Yeah, I would.
But we probably look kind of rough.
Yeah, I would say look pretty rough. Vol would definitely have suggested that we not use the roads, especially that's just personal experience for him speaking.
So what? Ray would look rough. Val would have been like out and about for like a long time, right? He's like look, what would a minute? You're right, like an outlander type who doesn't really spend much time in cities. So I guess you would have been
No time in cities whatsoever.
Yeah, so you would have been like in the wilderness for long, so you would look appropriately.
Mm-hmm.
I think Torben would maybe still look like he looked a bit summer because he like spent the evening like hunting in the forest for food or whatever. But I think like Ray would maybe look the roughest. Yeah.
That works.
Yeah. We can do that. With a little break. I don't think it would have like a bonfire, but maybe just like sitting out, taking a breather, and maybe have rations being eaten, and maybe Torben and Ray and Val like catching up on the situation that they are in right now.
At As soon as Vol heard footsteps approaching, he like snapped to attention like a startled deer, and like started looking for a way out, but kind of caught him flat-footed.
Just shelter, old man. You must be either very courageous or stupid to sneak up on people that look like us. Like specifically looked at the Minotaur, like a group like us. Yeah, that's more the reaction I expected. And Tom gives like a smile. We mean no harm either. We're just back on the road to Galena. No, it's look to I think Val will probably never feel lost. I'm not sure how like he is behaving up until now.
Vol
Has he been like way guiding us?
Vol looks like he's on the verge of panic.
I make a reassuring motion towards Val. I'm not sure how meaningful that is, as we've known each other for a few hours maybe.
Like a couple of days at most.
Yeah. Yeah, that was on purpose. We're not lost quite yet. But we would like to return to Galena, and if you could show us the paths. These forests are more expensive than we expect from the outside, to be quite honest, and very different than what I'm used to. You've been here long? You know it well? Nah, yep.
That's probably the first thing that elicits a reaction other than, oh my god, when can I run away from Vol? He just his head just kind of naturally tilts a little as he stares at the octopus, and he seems confused now.
Francis, what do you think?
Oh God.
What do you think, Princess? Should we follow the curious old man?
Is he trustworthy?
I look back to him. I feel we've met him. He mentioned the Glade Rangers. Met them before. They were nice folk and they knew what they were doing, right? They're dangerous. They're here too.
I have never heard such saying.
Torben tries to translate it to the current for her, but it's probably rough and doesn't work as well. The man who throws another far is trustable.
That does not make sense.
Vall
Torben cracks his head.
leans down and says quietly to Raiko, "He offers to take you to a town. People can help you. I should stay out of sight. If you wish."
No. Come with us.
You can probably really clearly see fear on Vall's face when you say that.
No one needs to stay out of sight. We're all safe in this community.
Don't understand, Torben. The people, towns, they don't react well to my presence.
Why? Why is this? Does he mean which one of us? The Minotaur?
Torben's pointing back and forth. That crackled like hers? Yeah.
I come from far to the south, but no, not that far.
You have some very smooth moves, my friend. Can I ask you a favor? Can you teach a guy like me how to make all those cool moves? Like judo and kung fu?
See, Val, we'll just ask if they can give us sanctuary. If they can offer it to us, we will stay. If not, then we will venture further. We do not mean to impose on the nice people of Galena. We already got to enjoy their company for a few days ago. A charming little place.
I'd really rather not subject myself or you to the screams and the rocks and possibly the spears. I'll wait for you here.
No, you stay with us.
There will be no spears being thrown. Trust me, you are safe with me, with us, and I point to Ray.
He seems unconvinced by Torben, but he seems to be incapable of saying no to Raiko already. And he's kind of gives Wash a long look and nods a little bit. Says, if you insist.
You're tense. I'm calm.
Yes.
Apply excessive
Yes,
force.
I do the insisting. And if anyone attacks you, I protect you. It is what samurai do.
Torben goes to Wash and like puts a hand on his shoulder. And I've never found old man in forest to be untrustworthy. Then he removes his hand from a bit of slick like on it from maybe the octopus.
Oh, there's definitely ink on Torben's hand.
Yeah.
Ew.
Fucking
Ugh.
Francis.
Yeah,
Ugh.
that's what I got his hand. Well, but always sturdy. Let's head on to Galena then. Oh, we wouldn't want to be uncustomary. You want any of our rations? He like hands out some tack, cheese maybe.
Do you see now? It means becoming like clear water.
Water.
Right. Water can take any form, drifts without effort one moment, then pounds down in a torrent the very next.
Master, you see it? I was fluid. Like water.
Aw.
I think that first time that Val, Ray, and Torben come to the village, you probably would deploy them to the town hall where the leader, what was his name again? I forgot what his name was.
John Cena.
Well, the leader is Terrence Everwise. Terrence Everwise. I would probably go there to, at least Torben would go there to plead for them to accept. Yeah. Just roughly like to get the time zone correct. Get plead for Ray to be accepted there, and then also for them to maybe accept. I'm not sure how like isolationist Galena is. The document made it seem like they're pretty isolationist, but then again. But I also
Yeah,
think
They're
the
not
most interesting scene. Yeah, sorry.
They're not like super wary of outsiders or anything. I got the sense because they have this business arrangement with Waterdeep about catching criminals who try to flee into the forest.
Yeah.
You're totally invited to live in our house.
Yeah, he wouldn't require much, just like a room. So having it attached to Raiko's house and also Torben's, if you're sharing one, would make sense.
Real world R Deep edition.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. Oh, sorry.
I told you not to spill them beans, boy.
You're all broth and no beans.
Now I really want this druid lady to just be an angry old Creole grandma.
Oh gosh, yes. Oh gosh. Love it.
I mean, you don't show up to the tavern very often, so unless you're there to just see me perform, I guess?
We can say it's like the first time. Yeah, we could have. Also, that Azure is performing. So that the first time that Azure performs after Torben and the rest, Val and Ray have come to the village to perform again. Maybe she has heard that Bard has set up and sometimes performs in the tavern now, which maybe has kept her away longer from actually performing. Like,
Seems reasonable. Well, it's not like my dad would probably talk to you very much. He's kind of busy. Something blows in the background.
can Azure come out today? Like Torben outside waving.
Like my dad would take his attention away to respond with that. I swear, my dad's a good
little
dad.
stones against the window. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, she probably hadn't noticed them for a good while, considering the fact that she doesn't really go around very often. And she doesn't really listen. Okay. Torben is definitely the tavern. Yeah, Torben is definitely the tavern. Valen and Raiko? Oh.
What?
Yeah.
Not Reek. Not Reek. That's definitely the wrong image in my head.
Okay, Raichu.
Raiko.
Hey, Reek.
Raichu. Raiko? Okay. I'm going to fuck this up so many times, you're gonna hate me.
It's alright.
Anyway, I guess you guys don't really leave Torben's side, do you? Or at least that's the impression that I got from Moto and you.
Yeah.
Like, you two pretty much are anywhere that he is, so that's gonna be...
I'm not sure about Val doing that, but Ray, yes.
Less so for Vol.
Well...
Once we start the process of like settling into the town, Vol would be spending quite a bit of time with the Rangers.
Alright.
But I can get him to drink sometimes with me in the tavern. Yes? Does Val like alcohol?
He doesn't, I guess, he doesn't know if he likes it or not.
All right, that's what we're doing tonight, boys. All right. So, I think how do we start this up? What? Who wants to be? I mean, we can just all be around the table at the start as a group. Maybe you just Ray. Fuck. It's how Azul wants to meet everybody. So maybe, how do you want to start the scene? Oh yeah. Yeah. I also want to ask. Now that's the daughter of the innkeeper called Larissa. How old is she? This is only tangentially
Gross.
important. He's gonna say like late 30s. That's alright.
If
Wait, his daughter? Okay. Oh, they're pretty old then, huh? Okay. I had imagined them differently, but now I got a better image.
Okay.
Wait.
Are you asking about Azer's age?
No, not.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm asking about Larissa.
Okay.
They work as like waiting tables and like they're okay. Yeah, I'm reading the document right now on it to like get it. I'm trying to. Yeah, I can. I'm gonna do it. 3 stories tall, made of wood, has a roof. White community tables dominate the space, so like probably like long wooden tables around like one side. Tom, when we enter, probably would first like get some drinks. I think that's probably the first time for both Val and Raiko then to be in a tavern, right? Clarissa is it now? Okay. Everybody's first time here. So we'll probably start out first getting to the bar. Now, if let's say if it's been a few days, but definitely Tom would have been like right away at the tavern, right? To like get the feel for it to maybe perform there once or twice. So let's say the scene starts with us already having gotten our first beer, getting there on the table, and then we invite Wash when the Azul comes in when she comes in. I'm not sure how to start this.
Vol senses a kindred spirit and just sits in your booth quietly with you.
Torben is leaning at the bar. Looks like we've already been left alone. And like to Ray, and as he gets his beer, he winks to Larissa or whatever.
Yep.
Vol basically sat with Wash because he was a confirmed won't run away in fear face. And he's still like, these first couple of days in town, he's still like on eggshells, like waiting for the other foot to drop kind of thing. Like he's... Probably, yeah. Yeah. Oh no, I know that it's not, but Vol is expecting it to turn that way any moment.
So, Prince, how do you want to start this off? Just an ale, something stronger, maybe a wine? Like Torben is like telling of the various drinks that they have here.
And
Do they have sake?
Saki.
Have you told Torben about what that is? Or is it the first
Uh-huh.
time you mentioned it? Okay. Yeah. I guess it could be. We can definitely ask. Clint here. Sorry. Do you have any wines made with rice? No, you import them from Waterdeep. Oh, I see. Waterdeep hates rice. They're very racist. I see. No, okay. I'm just.
And then Moto was never asked
Kill
to play
yourself.
D&D with them again.
Sorry.
Kill yourself.
Radler was just siding in chat. I was just feeling. Yeah, and let's just get your wine for now, all right? It tastes great.
Okay.
Vol
I like
does-
wine.
Vol doesn't know his way around booze either, so he kind of turns to Wash a little bit. He says, "You're here to see a musician, then?" Vol nods at that, like he thinks you're a wise man. I think
Hello, little.
the point and the scream definitely like launch Vol to his feet, like scrambling, like what, then like calms down when he sees that you were yelling at the octopus.
Oh, this is calamari. We eat.
Yeah, I tried to wring it out of her hand. And it's difficult. Oh no, he's fighting. Well, here's your drink. I think I got some ink in it. And I think mine's too. God damn it. As I put like up the biggest mug of ale I could possibly find in front of Val. So you said a musician. What does she play?
She mainly does vocals, but she has an accompanying lute. I do. I think Discordia might too? No, not yet. Yeah, so as about as you're about to talk to that almost sitcom level of convenience, you see the tavern door open and she walks in holding her instrument and skirts the edge, heading to the stage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Actually, Tom is probably also staring at her when she comes in. Yeah, and I don't think he's seen. Maybe he's seen a few tieflings before. Yeah, sure. And not a blue one. Not a blue one.
I would
probably
also
see them in
Violently
cities,
blue.
but not blue.
I would also think that if Azur's really shy and stuff, she's pretty reclusive, right, Silver? Kind of a so I would think that the town turns out in numbers to see her perform, to show support and encourage her, because it's this really small, closely knit community, right? So I would think her just being there makes people show up who might not otherwise, just because they want to encourage the young nervous girl.
To answer your question about her garb and such, she's all blue. Da-bu-dee-ba-da-bu-da. Anyway, no. She does
Is that
have...
the song that she plays?
No. You can go to hell. You can go to the 9th level of hell. No. She wears, most commonly, white linens with leather overcoat and a small skirt that goes to about... Yeah, for performance night. What she normally wears is pants.
Yeah, Vall is probably staring largely out of curiosity too. I don't know if he's ever seen a tiefling before.
Yeah, Rye's staring pretty hard.
You've probably... You mean the Mrs. Blue Man group or the giant Minotaur? Because I'm not sure what you're implying which one.
Red-haired, 6-foot-tall Viking-looking dude. Why can't he also be in that?
Oh, so many choices.
And for the Minotaur's part, he's sitting in a corner, looks like he's trying to make himself small.
I can
Look,
certainly.
you're not the
help with
only
that.
one that would postpone that.
Yeah, I know. She definitely, when she looks at all three of you, her eyes widen with a bit of recognition and she slightly smiles. But immediately just launches after sitting down and tuning her lute. She clears her throat and seems, even anyone with magic might recognize that she did something with a bit of magic, and she starts into a song with a slight accompaniment of her lute, of the lamentations of a princess turned queen. It is somewhat somber, though her voice seems to carry despite being in a hushed tone across the entire tavern. It tells the tale and the anguish of a queen who spent her whole life to become the queen of this land, only to discover that what she thought would grant her great power has only brought her even more sadness and responsibility. What she thought would be all of the state's power at her command was only a constant nag and something that she could not get to sleep at night due to all of the issues across her kingdom. And her most faithful, her heralds, who would go out and do her commands and even throw themselves upon the sword for her word. She talks of the stars that are so beautiful above her palace, but recalls that they will shine just as bright among any tavern hall. She plays of this fairly somber song for its whole duration, continuing the story of this queen. And at the end, she sort of just switches gears and starts playing a more upbeat tune on her lute and humming the beat along with the lute strings.
Torby.
Huh? I heard it too.
What was the song about?
It's an old story. It's a passed down and I've heard it many variations. I've not heard that one. But if you really want to, you always ask the performer himself.
It was a very, very, very nice song.
Yes, many beautiful colors.
I don't think she turned red. She's kind of gray.
Well, don't slow down with your drink and I approach with Val and drink some more.
Val kind of startles a little bit when you address him. He looks like he was kind of staring off into the distance, hadn't really touched his drink once the performance started. Then he just looks a little sheepish and nods and takes a drink.
This is not a place to be somber, but to be merry and not alone. Like, yeah, Torben join.
Applause all around.
Like you're one of the very few people who this early in Val's stay in the town has proven themselves to like be accepting of his presence directly. So he's just like gravitated towards you instantly. Big ol' stick.
After she is finished with that little instrumental at the end, she takes her bow that most performers do. And what?
Before she gets off the stage, is that what you were getting to?
Yeah,
Getting off the
she's
stage?
preparing to.
Torben would probably stand up and go to the bar and get another wine. And then you walk up to stage probably like as she's leaving. And like walk up to her like at the side as like she's getting down. I don't have much in the form of gifts just yet, but you accept a drink as a form of commendation.
Oh, I would gladly accept whatever gifts you give me. I'm glad that you enjoyed the performance. And she's eyeing your face very acutely.
Yeah, he has a big, broad smile on his face, which he has at most times. Yes.
Hell yeah! And then Azer's just like, I was like, I recognize you. You're that one dude from my visions. I don't say that out loud. No,
okay.
She does not say that, but she's just like,
Tom's insight isn't great, so let's just simply wash over that. And It's a 9. It's a plus, -1, but it was a beautiful performance. Who taught you that? That voice, I mean.
It's mostly just myself. I have a very soft voice, and usually I use a little bit of magic to make it so that it carries farther.
Have you learned that by yourself too? But character problem would probably like help her down, like from the stage.
Well, yes, actually. Well, somewhat. I've been told that it might be from my heritage as a tiefling that I know how to do it.
So from the blood, not from experience. I've met a few tiefling before. They could do similar, but did not have a voice like that.
Oh, the singing is definitely from practice. Do you mind if I come and sit down with your group? I see my friend Wash over there.
Absolutely not. Oh, you're friends with the. Oh, I hope it's not close. A curious man.
Yes, he's someone that has helped me for a few months now.
Oh, please come along. Would you like another drink? And then show like how far into her wine she is. And like I get another drink. Get more drinks. Tom gets drinks. Especially for himself, he finished his.
Rise is done. She's finished her first bit of wine.
Larissa, could you be a dear and get us a few more drinks? Yeah, the same one. Thank you.
Yeah, Val would have emptied his mug by now since he's not much of a conversationalist and Rye barely speaks common and Wash is paralyzed in fear apparently.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. They didn't announce you. My name is Torben.
Oh, nice to meet you, Torben. My name is Azer.
I don't think the joke in there is lost on him. Wonderful.
It's definitely lost on her.
What a wonderful name. It seems to just fit you to the T. Please.
Oh. Again, thank you for your gifts. Oh God.
Oh, Wash, did you not hear me before? This is a place to be merry.
I was a little bit distracted with my singing, but I think I saw you clapping, yes?
Yeah, Tom's is sitting next to Ray and like bring out more drinks to everybody. Making sure everybody has something to drink.
Yeah, I thank you all for the praise. And I hope you all enjoyed my performance. May I get your names? And she's eyeing Valen and Raiko?
Just Val, like wall, but with a V.
Vall. And Raiko?
Hey, you got it.
It took me 5 tries mentally, but you know. Oh.
I'm called Vall. Just good to meet you.
It's good to meet you
Lovely
too.
Voice.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Yes, blue one sing good. Am Raiko.
Oh,
She is not
that's
from
nice.
here. It's not her native language, please. Excuse her.
Oh, it's all right.
Am doing better.
Better every day.
Indeed.
Give a big smile to Ray.
Hi. She just tilts her head to the side. I think this one has too much of the drink. I can
She's
do
from
that
the-
too, though. And then she starts speaking in primordial.
She, she's from the far south. She's from the far east, south, something like that. Southeast.
Kozakura in East.
From the far east. She speaks a language few years speak. I am still in the stages of trying to learn it, but it is mediocre at best time.
You do good.
Azir just
Thanks.
makes a sly comment in Infernal, testing the waters.
I think
That sounds scary.
Vall's nose twitches when you speak in Infernal, but he clearly doesn't understand you.
All right, to singing voice of a great performer and trying to get everybody to, what's the right word for it? To when
Toast.
you toast, yes, a toast. Everybody drink together. Arr.
Fool.
A great singing voice of Galina's greatest performer. Toast. It's a good one.
Kanpai.
Even in Waterdeep, I had not as good one.
It's probably.
What
It's
tongues are
fire in our
those you were
bloods,
speaking,
never
Vosh?
turn.
If you don't mind my asking. Sorry, yeah, Silver and I were talking over each other. Sorry, Silver.
Oh, she was just going to say, may the fire in your blood never burn out.
It's a very, very tiefling thing to say.
Tom agrees with that. Yes,
That I particularly hate
she gets it.
kids, animals, and women with attitudes. So tell me, Jet, why do we have all 3 of them neatly gathered in our ship?
Oh.
I have lightning.
That certainly sounds interesting. Does your blood tickle too?
What tickle mean?
No, but it's very loud, and in that moment, Torben is holding one of his ears that's closer to Ray's side again.
Oh, yeah. So if you're within at least a few feet of Raiko, there's an ever-present buzzing noise. Just Google the noise of a Tesla coil that's powered up. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I know.
And
what
Torben is just very sensitive to sounds like that. Yeah.
Azer waves her hand, and a phantasmal hand appears and grabs something from her backpack. And because Radlad wants me to do this, I'm going to roll a die 100 real quickly.
That can only end well.
We gonna die. We gonna die today, boys.
A 12? I think it's actually rough. Wait.
Not just new characters, but a new tavern.
1d10. Okay. I shrink 3 inches. I think so. I don't. I don't know.
Toby, I think I have too much of drink. The blue one.
No. I hold up the ring. Are you alright, Azure?
At about that moment, she's...
Yeah, only level 1 stuff.
Oh. I was just trying to do something that would add flavor, but...
Nope.
Oh, if you said if I cast a spell. I cast Mage Hand. I think 3 inches dad never does.
Alright,
He's
then
a
we're
good
gonna...
dad, I swear. Yeah, I'm not... I guess that's permanent. It just doesn't have a minimum, so I'm afraid to say that it does.
I think it is permanent. Just shrink.
Yep.
So, 5'9".
7.
Right?
5'7". Only an inch taller than...
You were 5'10" before.
No, I was 6 foot. Oh, right. He would be right.
Yeah, 5'9" then.
Tired.
I know your American math.
I really wish I was doing everything in metric. Believe me, I do. Azer seems about at the edge of panic when she realizes that something just that just happened.
Vall is kind of staring wide-eyed, like he has no idea what just happened.
Azuchan, are you well?
I should probably leave now.
Rai is patting your face, touching it.
She feels.
If you are not well, we can bring you home if anything else were to happen. Or at least.
Why did I have to roll a permanent one? Yeah, I know. How about this? Because it was a cantrip, the effect. What I'll say is that because it was a cantrip, it wasn't the full effect, so it's only temporary. It only lasts 8 hours.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah. I'm sorry. And she starts to stand up. I probably should head home then. It was nice to meet you all.
It's a pleasure, young lady.
You leave now?
Probably be best.
But you just got here.
I mean, I guess I don't have to if you're not too worried about what just happened.
Are you worried about what just happened? Are you just generally worried? Is that your blood too?
Yes. And she sits down. It, yeah. It's
No, don't worry about it. We all have that kind of blood. Tom doesn't seem sure what he's talking about. But if it's with you at all times, you shouldn't let it keep you from enjoying a nice evening and like toast again and drink some more. Like specifically toast with Azure to make her drink.
Yeah. She's definitely calming down a little bit at the support that she, even after something as insane as her literally shrinking in size.
And what's the worst that could possibly happen? And it drinks.
Если знаешь, откуда и куда ты едешь,
それが分かっ
я считаю, что это настоящее путешествие.
So,
Настоящее путешествие.
どこから来
Когда
た
ты
かなんて
давно
興味
забыл,
ない
откуда едешь, без понятия, когда закончится твой путь.
そういう
Я
もんだ
верю в это.
と俺は思っている
Azer understands exactly why he did that.
I am hungry.
I don't know exactly what you eat in your land, but I'm sure that there's something that you would like.
Val chuckles a little bit and says, "She'll eat anything you have and everything."
No, dear.
You know, let's just ask what their recommendations are, and Torm stands up and go ask what the recommendations are for the evening. And possibly no Venice.
After Torben stands up, Val looks at Azer. He says, like, hesitantly, he's not sure if he should be bringing it up. But he says, "It is not easy to fear what you are. But we mustn't let such fears control us." You are in charge of what you do.
Thank you. And she seems very relieved that the person that was wide-eyed at her is now comforting her.
He was definitely shocked, but the way Azer reacted to what happened, like, kind of hit him right in a tender feels zone.
The feels.
And after a while, Torm returns with a whole plate of food if you want anything to happen before then.
Alright.
Any more, like, private talk?
Oh,
Yeah, and... Oh, there's no deer, so you bring something of everything.
Azer will turn to Raiko and... Thank you. It must be a little bit confusing to see someone just randomly do some sort of unexplainable things.
No.
I want to leave, but I can't.
There is no escape for the wrinkly old fellow.
No one can escape from being happy, Wash. We're all happy in a tavern. That's the rule.
Don't worry. Be happy.
Who the hell is that
All right.
cat over there?
All right, Princess, here, I have some... What would you like? Sandwiches? The sandwich is already gone out of his hand. All right. Kebabs, also gone. I got some stew.
Toby, these sandwiches, elk. Dear, I cannot eat.
All right. Fuck, elk deer. Venison? Yeah, then I will. Oh, they are. I don't think I would have brought sandwiches then. I forgot that elk are in the same category. So just
Everything-
kebab,
Everything
legs,
else
and
is
turtle
being
stew.
eaten, though.
Yeah.
It for everyone else at the table, it is unlike anything you've ever seen.
Oh, I've seen it. It's
Yeah, we've all seen it.
it's horrible.
Wash hasn't seen it. Azer hasn't seen it.
Do I need to make a wisdom saving throw?
I don't know.
Don't reach her anything with your fingers, or she'll snap them clean off. And Torben makes like a cracking noise with like a minor illusion, just to like sell the image, but then laughs about it like a joke.
I'm trying to think of the situation I can weave into this where she turns into a sheep in front of her. Because that's the thing I rolled for her is the
Yeah, you've got a
Oh,
whole year
right.
for that to happen.
Yeah.
There you go. Perfect.
What?
It
It's
is-
nice.
Yes, it is a good home. With some
Vol looks around the tavern and just kind of soaks in the fact that he's not just being stared at by everybody in the room. And he says, "It is nice to have a roof over one's head."
It is nice to have a sanctuary like this. Like, probably look at Val. He's the most awkward around people.
Yes, this is not what I expected. That is, to say the least. In my experience, just wearing my face is enough to get me run out of any town. that gets a smile out of Vol.
I mean, you don't look too mean to me.
That is kind of you to say.
I don't even think Val has a mean face on him if he tried. Yeah, like Tom's trying to prod him a bit. He's just the big softy, as you say.
I tried to kill Vol when first meet.
Well, I'm
was.
glad that you are capable of overcoming that and becoming friends. Wait, is that normally how you make friends in your culture?
No,
Yes, Tom.
no, Torben, no,
You attacked me too. Don't fly around it.
no. I thought he only eat people. They look the same. And she pulls out her drawing pad and starts drawing an own, and
It
it's
is-
pretty accurate.
It is a very common reaction, Wash.
Vault,
Would that
Well-
mean that Azer looks like an Oni?
yes.
Tiefling horns, blue?
But Rye's seen tieflings before, so you're good.
Okay, I was like,
She knows the difference.
Yes, you're both. Torben says, yes, you're both demons, and my head is on fire. like side, like with the elbow, prod, Ray. That's what you think of it.
Rye just shrugs her shoulders.
I don't know.
I'm not sure how long they will let me. They place more for outside, so I'm not sure if they'll just accept anybody so quickly, but I'll work for it. But that sounds like there's malicious intent there, but well, there's sorry.
I go where Torby go. I don't know.
For now, I want to head to Waterdeep, but that's not permanent. Maybe I can just visit from time to time. Staying here is much more pleasant than the city itself. It is too loud there. Here. Oh no, I have Motum with me. Well, my horse, it's not stable. It's a yes, she is. I've had her ever since she was young. Brought her with me back from Iceland. Connect, she's not used to the climate here, so she's sometimes a bit snappy, you know. But she gets along. Not many open plains here, but she's a crafty horse, used to hunting. Strong like a bear. It's a good one. And as you mentioned, you had a farm. That most you do. You have the man with the octopus is just a farmer. No, we've made that experience. Have a lot of fishing to do, but yours sounds like it's much different. Farming animals like that? You train her? Look to Azure. Or you train with him?
You try to do something and then all of a sudden you find yourself with some sort of weird effect on you, like your hair falling out or growing a massive beard of feathers.
That happened to you?
How about the next time that you need a shave, I can come over and pull them out of your face? Yeah, she's definitely not gonna cast another spell tonight. I kind of wish I rolled 53 to 54 and became immune to alcohol for the next few days.
Yeah, Rise looking at Francis like, yes, calamari.
I am going to eat you.
Now just put a flame to the water. And slowly, but painfully.
Boil it. Boil it.
Azure, do you always only play one song? I think the people are much drunker and much ready for an encore.
I can probably think of another one. Oh, yes.
Wait.
Mind if I come up with you on stage?
Oh,
We can get our instruments.
oh, you're all performers?
Yes.
The princess and me are, yes.
I mean,
Oh, don't read too much into it. Just a nickname. And he winks at her. So maybe.
Yes. Me, princess.
I mean,
Not once. Well, you're in.
Larissa, one
You're in
more
good
for the
company.
Minotaur.
you gonna get drunk tonight, Tony?
After probably a bit of an awkward silence, just kind of staring at Francis because he's probably never seen an octopus before. They're saltwater creatures. But he says, it just occurred to me. I don't think I've had a fried egg in more than 20 years. Would you mind if I came to visit your chickens sometime? He chuckles a little bit. He's like, takes a moment to appreciate the sight of the omelet before he cuts into it, but says, "Thank you, Wash." And then he enters food heaven.
Nose first. Are you coming on to me?
Oh God.
I think like this soon into his like dipping his toes into civilization, Vol definitely doesn't notice that you're bullshitting him. I'd be happy to lend a hand, my friend. And he kind of looks surprised at himself that he used the words "my friend," and then he like suspiciously eyes his beer before drinking the rest of it.
Yeah, I would ask Azure what do you play? What would you like to play? What do you know? Yeah. Yeah,
Well-
I know. What do you My question is what tale you want to tell this time? Tom would probably knows some.
Let's see. She'd probably say this one's closer to a sea shanty because of its origin, but it's about a captain of a ship and his beautiful wife, a sorceress of red hair that was secretly a dragon. And she kind of is just watching you as like, do you know that one?
Yeah, probably. Probably he would.
The
So,
tale
would
of
you like to
Edward
take the-
Silver and Natasha?
I don't think I know the real life version of it, but Tom
No,
would.
I'm making this.
It
So,
happened.
It's at the first
Please.
song, it's a bit of a more somber, somewhat of a sea chanty. But when it starts to talk about the beautiful, fiery sorceress, it picks up to almost like a jig as she sings.
Ray, do you know
about-
your part in this?
What?
Talking to Ray. Does she know her part? Like asking as a in character thing. Yeah, because Tom has his drum, right? That they're gonna play on like a riff. I don't have.
I don't know the song, but I can keep up. I'll just follow along.
She, don't worry. She picks up more than she lets on.
Yeah.
Just you start out, and I'll set in with some bass, basically giving like bass to
Yeah.
the performance.
And she will pull out her lute and strum it a little bit, getting the note. Begins with a bit of a deeper tone. It's more ominous. That speaks of a ship that rolled the seas. Its captain a wise and salted man who had been born of the sea. Born of Volker and gifted from the sea. And as she talks about this man's reputation of being a pirate, it continues in a somber note. But as she speaks of this young maiden of hair so fiery, and beneath her skin would seem to be scales of bright brass. And then it starts to pick up in pace as she speaks of the adventures that those two lovers had upon the high seas and battling against the foes. And it ends with the tale coming to a close as Natasha, the dragoness sorceress, unveils her true form to Edward as an ancient brass silver dragon. And it abruptly ends as the final pitch of the note ends. And all of it technically true.
While playing, and Torben is following along with on the drums, giving a rhythm. From time to time, not only maybe it's underspelling, especially when you start out with the sea shanty part, where it's talking about the sea and the captain. The sound of a storm in the background can very much be heard, like it's coming from the stage, of wind pushing back and forth through the crowd, storm thundering, and almost like cracking at the behest of Torben slamming on the drum. And that roars up more and more as the song begins. Sure. But this is how Torben performs with like minor illusion that he like makes various sounds.
Do you see now? It means becoming like clear water.
Water.
Water
I hate to cut this RP session close, but I do have a dinner commitment, unfortunately, in about 3 minutes. So as soon as the performance, well, I'm already blue. After the end of the performance, she bows and thanks you all and excuses herself for the night and leaves, waving to them, feeling like she had made 3 new friends today that she feels that she has met a long, long time.
Master, you see it? I was fluid. Like water.
Torben looks probably a bit disappointed after Azul leaves and says to Ray, "Oh, she had to leave rather quickly now. You think she likes this? Still on the
Why would
stage.
she not? Why would she not?
She just shrugs. Who knows? She just stormed off in the end.
Well, it wasn't storming. She more or less is just in like a...
Torben made the sound of a storms in the back. She was storming off. No.
I'll see you guys later. Thanks for your
See you later.
fun.
See you later, Silver.
Bye, Silver.
I don't think I can do much more. It's like 2:30 a.m.